it was here. I was talking to Esther. We were just talking behind the scenes, and now we're here. She hasn't changed the name, and it hasn't quite fit all the way yet. I see that. Okay, so it still needs to come in a little bit wide. Okay, on this one, I don't think it even fits on the Facebook one yet. So, that's close though. That's pretty darn close. That's almost there. We got one watching. That must be someone else. Oh, now they're gone. All right. So I got us live now. So we are live. Okay, we are live now. So, oh, oh. All right, we are live. Okay, wait. Now I gotta wait for you to. Oh, now you got your headphones in. All
Okay,
right.
but anyway,
We
yeah,
are live now.
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody.
Andy's here. Hey, Andy.
Hey,
Andy.
Andy.
Andy wants you to be on. You don't want me on the screen at all. He just wants you on there.
Okay. But my best friend is Buddhist, so I'm not going to offend nobody.
Right.
People have different paths, and maybe their path leads them to where they're supposed to be, just like mine leads me.
And see, we all connect on a different level.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Bobby, how you doing? All right. See, like that, I don't know how far Bobby is from me. I think he's a little bit farther than Venus is, if I remember the way that it's going. He's on the um, east side of Texas, right? Louisiana, right? And then you got Missouri, which is where John is. John Osteen is in Missouri, or Missouri.
Okay. And Star is in New Jersey?
No, Star's in California.
California.
Yeah. She was born in New Jersey, I think.
Okay.
And she's lived in Hawaii. So she's been all over the place. I think she likes Hawaii the best. Of course, who wouldn't? For
This
the most
is a
part.
lot funner when you know what you're doing.
Yeah, right. Hey, you started it up really good. I mean, I just had to hit go live on it. That's all I did.
I try to make it remember,
Yeah. Yeah, that's good though. And of
So I
course,
wouldn't have
you
to.
had the computer for a day, so you got it down.
Yeah,
Not like you just got out of the box and waiting for it to get set up. So,
that was the day before yesterday.
so I think you're doing pretty good.
Well,
I mean that in the sense that you're doing very good in
well, thank
reality.
you.
So, I think you'll do just fine when you get it rolling, you get it figured out. And now I don't know where Kimberly is. She said she wanted to be here. Oh wait, okay, there she is.
I wet my hair.
Okay, 10 minutes. Okay.
Wet rat.
Okay. Yeah, just hopefully she'll know just to click on that link and just come right on in here.
I'm
All right, so
gonna try out that Bluetooth microphone thing my daddy had.
Yeah.
Sooner or later. Not
All
live, but you know.
Andy says I'm mumbling. I don't know. I think I'm talking clearly. No teeth. That's why it sounds like that, Andy. Maybe you just need a hearing aid.
Well, Halloween's coming up. They sell teeth at Halloween.
Yeah, right. The vampire teeth, right?
Yeah.
I could go and get my teeth fixed. I should do that one of these days. I'm waiting till I have more gas money though, because 2 hour drive just to get there where I gotta go.
Oh, listen, something connected this morning.
Uh-oh.
From what we read yesterday. I'm gonna have to tell you when more people show up.
All right. Oh, make a note of it.
I was like, this is so obvious. How do we miss it?
What was interesting was Charles was talking about gaslighting and things like that, right?
Yeah.
And that's a cautious term because anybody that doesn't like it can complain about it,
Mm-hmm.
And make it some kind of racial issue or anything like that. But Charles was looking at it from a political point of view, gaslighting or causing a political issue, riots in the street or whatever, just people going crazy for absolutely no reason. Anyway,
Well,
Charles used that term,
gaslighting also happens with sometimes it happens with toxic people. Like they throw things out there that they know is going to bring you out
yeah,
with a
get you
belief.
upset.
Yeah,
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 exactly. Pull pull a trigger on you or make you get crazy
yeah,
or something.
yeah.
So what Charles mentioned a couple of weeks ago on Survivor Circles, he mentioned that, you know.
Mhm.
And what was interesting was um I'm looking at what's behind me. There's nothing behind me, Andy. Stop it. Andy always says there's something behind me, and I keep looking. There's nothing there. Not yet, anyway. Um, but Charles was talking about that a couple of weeks ago on the show, and then all of a sudden Maria was saying she kept getting notes and stuff, pop up things about gaslighting, things like that. And it's me, Brian. Let me see. He's in, I believe, I can't remember if it's North Carolina or North Carolina or South Carolina. I don't know. I can't remember now. Where you at? It's me, Brian. He's a coin collector guy that I knew and I haven't met yet personally, but I've talked to him a few times. And we talked on the phone, and I can't remember what state he lives in now. No. North Carolina. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, I couldn't remember which one it was exactly. But I told you I lived in a town called Kannapolis, North Carolina.
Mhm.
And I lived in that's where I had my house at actually for a year. And then they wanted to charge us tax dollars to build a minor league baseball stadium. I said, fuck. I said, F no. Got to be careful with your language here. All right. I said, F no. I'm not going to pay for your minor league baseball stadium when you're not even going to give me a free ticket to go.
No.
And you're going to charge me tax dollars on my property to fund your stadium. I don't think so. And I sold it and I ended up paying it off, and I actually made like probably $40,000 or $30,000 on the deal, so
That's
not too
good.
bad in a year. No, not a bad deal. So I got out of there and moved up here to Minnesota, and uh, then now I live in a place where there's no baseball stadium. There's no major sports thing that I'm going to be funding. I live so far away from that, so which is good. You know,
Look
and
at that. Look at that squiggly line under your picture. It looks like you're a sperm.
oh no,
it
wait a minute now.
does.
Wait a minute.
Do you see it? It's
That's
part of the
a
head,
but
but
when
it
you see
looks
the
like
head though, when you see the full picture, it's not that way. Oh boy. Oh boy. So yeah, so I lived in but before I got my house, there was nothing there behind me. He just wanted me to look.
oh wait,
So
I see it too.
oh no.
I'm kidding,
Oh boy.
right?
Anyway, I lived in China Grove. I lived at my mother in law's property. I lived in a van for a year
Yeah.
in the wintertime in North Carolina, which actually, compared to Minnesota, not too bad at all. So, but but when you have to live in a van and you have to run a power cord to the van to run a heater, space heater, so you can keep it a little bit warm, you know,
Yeah.
um, that's not the best ideal situation. But it was a place to live.
Yeah.
So, but I delivered pizzas with my van, and I lived in my van. That was kind of interesting.
Well,
That was almost like a movie.
you got to make it work. You got to make it
Oh,
work.
oh. And then, but I had a small trailer. And the strangest thing is, I had a small trailer, and when I first moved there, I lived on a street called Scott Street,
Mhm.
which, believe it or not, I live on. East Scott Street now,
Yeah.
right? In a whole different state, you know, and it's not east of where I was at, it's west, of course. But the interesting thing is that my pastor today went to a coffee shop church, you know, a church and a coffee shop, right?
Mhm.
And I went there for probably a little bit about 10 years, I guess. And his name is Scott. So I don't know why the name Scott keeps showing up in my life for any kind of a reason. That's kind of weird, you know.
Yeah.
And so then, but then I lived on where I had my house. I lived on what was it, Orchard Avenue, I believe. And what the name of the street? And it was a dead end street. And I had 3 acres of land that was all wooded. You couldn't build anything there, really. And my street was a dead end street. It just went into the woods. And it went on to the other side of the woods. Like if you went through the woods, if you went on around the woods and went back to the other side of the street, you'd have the other part of the street there. But so, and then Bobby's gonna have a birthday this Sunday. What, Bobby?
35.
He's gonna be 35. Man, that's old.
That's a lot of candles.
Oh yeah, 35.
A lot of
Holy
wishes.
cow. Well, that kind of that's about half my age, Bobby. So don't feel bad. Not quite half, but anyway, I'm not 70, obviously.
How old are you, Ron?
61. So, or no, wait, 61. Well, it's 1961, so January.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
I hate math. So that would be 39 plus 22. Carry the 1. What does that make it?
Or you can just get your calculator on your phone,
That's too many steps.
or on your computer, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I'll just take your word for it.
Yeah, 61. I had it right. I had it right. I had the wrong number the other day, or
So
not
you
the
were
other day.
born in 61 and you're 61? There's no
I was
way that
born
could
in
be.
January. I was born in January 1961.
And that makes you how old?
I looked 80. Andy says I look 80. I do not look 80. My dad was 85 when he died, so I don't look 80.
Bobby, I pictured you at being like 25 or something.
Well, he wouldn't be doing music late at night. If he was 25, he'd be out at the club
What kind of music does he do?
on Thursday night when he does his bass wave. I mean, I play it most of the time, but he's the one that puts it together.
But I haven't heard it. What kind of music is it?
You need to check it out.
Okay.
It's on Thursday night at 10 p.m.
Alrighty.
Or, yeah, Thursday night, 10 p.m. And, let's see, yeah, right after your show. That's what we're talking about, Space Wave. So your show and then the music. So that's a good way to do it, actually. After we get them all riled up and everything. After
Yeah.
talking about whatever. And then, okay, time to calm down, go to sleep, listen to some music, and relax. And it's really good meditation music too, a lot of times. And so no, 61 years old, yeah, that's right. So 61 and 61, well, no, that don't make sense. 30, 30, 30 and 30 would be 60, and then 6 months of each. So that would make sense. But
Hey, Andy.
oh, there's Kimberly. All right, we're gonna add Kimberly to the stream. All right, there is Kimberly. Hey, Kimberly, how you doing?
Where I am.
Hey,
Good.
Kimberly.
How are y'all doing? Hello.
We're good. How are you?
I'm glad we finally got you
Hi.
in here.
It's been quite an adventure.
Yeah, I know you've been
Good.
trying, and I've been missing you as far as getting you connected here. I don't know why. You've been having challenges trying to get that in there, get you going. But we got it. You're here. All right. So what's going on?
I've been chasing kids with activities. Kids' activities all week. I think they're wearing me out more than I'm wearing them out.
They will. They will wear you slim out.
Appointments all week. Their vacation Bible school was a very different week. They had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in the morning. Thursday, apparently it wasn't at all. And not today either. But last night they had a supper and all at the church and a service. So it was on the paper. And somehow I missed it till Thursday morning.
What
I
kind of
don't know
supper
how I
was
knew
it?
that, but okay. Probably because I've been in 3 cities the last 4 days.
What kind of supper was it?
It was like 300 people went to, so it was good.
But was it like spaghetti supper
Just hot dogs,
or
hamburgers, make your own salad, and desserts.
sounds good?
Yeah.
Hot dogs, hamburgers, things like that. Salad, dessert.
Yeah. I used to
It was
teach
good. They
the
had a big Bible school event last night with a lot of stuff.
I used to
Oh.
teach like the art part of our vacation Bible school at another church. I'd done that for 5
Mhm.
years. I did
Okay.
the art department for the 5th and 6th grade. So a lot of fun, but a lot of kids.
Yeah.
A lot of kids.
So you
Yeah,
did
they
the
had a
crafts.
Yeah.
See,
we
me
did
and
the craft.
crafts don't go well together.
Yeah, paint. Yeah, kids,
Oh,
I
good.
know.
Oh,
But it,
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
hey, Bobby,
Hey,
I
wanted to
never
bring
saw you
yeah,
in
bring
person.
hi,
wanted to
Bobby.
bring Bobby in here. His birthday is
Yeah.
Sunday. You said.
that's correct.
I don't believe he's going to be 35. I think he's over than 35.
Happy birthday to you.
Day to you.
Happy birthday, dear
Aw.
Bobby.
There you go, Bobby. That's your birthday song right there.
Thank
You
you.
are,
Was that Esther?
That was Esther. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, hey.
So, yeah. So, yes, every Thursday after your show. Well, yesterday we had some.
Mhm.
You ever heard of the take drum
no.
music? That's what I played last night.
Okay.
So
So
real,
we
real
go.
relaxing.
Yes, anything that is well
Oh.
relaxing, I play that.
Yeah, it's good for meditation or just
Mhm.
kind of like shutting down for the day.
Yeah.
So on
So
Sunday, when you turn 35, you know what the difference is going to be?
Tell me.
Nothing.
Okay.
It's going to
Okay.
be nothing.
She says nothing.
You might have some cake and ice cream, but other than that, you're going to feel the same.
Yeah, that sounds logic to me.
Yeah.
kind of like this last year, I asked you when you had
Hi,
your
Bobby.
birthday. I
Nice
said,
meeting you.
yeah,
Yes,
that,
nice to meet you too, Kimberly.
yeah. And I said, did you feel any different? You said, nope. I think we had that question on Bill's stream or Mark's stream or something. I can't remember what. But
The only
anyway,
time you ever feel different when you
Mhm.
have a birthday is when
Mhm.
you turn 21.
that's only because you can go to the bar and drink.
Yeah, you get drunk
Yeah.
as a skunk.
But the sad part was I was
Mhm.
drinking before I was 21.
Yeah,
So
everybody was.
Yeah, that's the me at 21. I would. I made like a promise to God that I would never would take a sip of alcohol.
yeah,
Oh, that's good.
I never made that promise, but I
Me
had
neither.
to had to make a promise not to drink as like
And,
I was.
And that one
Mm.
time you go to buy it when you're 21, they don't ask for your ID ever.
Oh, in some of the stores, because I had to like buy cigarettes for my uncle because he smokes, but I don't smoke, but he does. They sometimes ask for an ID.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Y'all disappeared.
I see us.
Yep, you're still there.
Yeah, yeah. You're still here,
Mm.
Ghibli.
So what time do y'all get done,
Okay.
Kimberly? Around 7?
It's like a flash of the screen. So, Bobby, where are you from?
Um, at South Central Louisiana, um, it's 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 Bayou Vista, Morgan City area in Louisiana.
How far are you from my postage stamp from
Okay,
my city,
Louisiana.
from my town?
Okay, okay. Time to load up the
Yes.
G maps.
Making Bobby go to work now. He's gonna figure it out. We're gonna see how far the distances are for everybody.
Andy, I'm not singing naked. It's not going to happen.
he keeps. He
I mean,
keeps.
I do in the shower, but you'll never know it. Acoustics, Kimberly. Got the acoustics in the bathroom.
Now,
So, Bobby, did
don't
you
let
say you
Andy.
played the drums?
Who, me?
No, he was
Uh-huh.
playing music. He was playing music that had a drum. Someone had a drum music. The
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so the fastest route, if I'm off to go to the I-49, it will pretty much would take me about 18 and 3/4 of an hour just to
okay.
get to run.
How many miles?
How many miles? 1,235.
Okay. Esther, you don't have to give your
Oh,
exact
wow.
location, but South Carolina. What?
I'm in the Greenville, Spartanburg area. I'm in the
Okay,
upstate. I'm right
Greenville,
by the
South
right by the
Greenville,
North
South
Carolina line.
Greenville, South Carolina, from my place.
Hmm.
I'm
So,
about 28 miles from Greenville, so
Funny thing is,
Esther, I went to college there 3 years in Greenville.
yes, you
yeah,
did.
my first telescope I got, I drove from Kannapolis to Greenville to
Hmm.
get my telescope at the telescope shop, and it was $3,000 at the time. So, and that was expensive then.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that was a long drive, but that was like a 4-hour drive for me.
great. Wow.
But I wanted
And
that telescope.
You doing
and
stargazing?
Yeah.
and speaking of it, you don't know this guy, but Bill, he sometimes makes jokes about his small dinky postage stamp.
Yeah. Yeah, producer Bill always tells me that. Because when you look at it,
Mhm.
it's really square. And it's in the middle of cornfields. There's nothing around it but cornfields. So how far is Greenville, North Carolina, then, or South Carolina? I could
And
look
there's
it
a
up.
Greenville, North Carolina. I lived near there.
Yeah, that's where I
There's
went to get my telescope. Yeah, that was in like 1998 or 99. That's a long time ago. Oh,
Where are you at, Ron?
I'm in a town called Jeffers, Minnesota. Or is
Minnesota. I like
Minnesota.
Esther's glasses. Those are
Yeah.
cool. On that turquoise.
They're
I look tired
$1.50
tonight.
at
I've
the
had quite a week.
Hey,
Who's
hey,
that?
so there it is, right there.
Oh, okay. You got the picture. That's the
Oh,
picture of
cool.
you did the screen sharing. I got you. That's my town. Yeah.
I'm gonna zoom in.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
Now,
when you zoom
Oh,
out,
neat.
there's nothing there. The closest thing is Thornton, which is north of here, and it's another patch of nothing.
We
Wow.
are, Ron, 18 hours apart. We're 1,212.1
Oh,
miles.
you're farther than Bobby is then.
We're 1,212.1 miles away
Yeah, Bobby was what, 11?
from each
Yeah.
other.
Wow.
I don't know. I have to look it up again.
Okay. Yeah. So of course we know Star is the farthest away from us,
Hmm.
and no, Kimberly, you're in Tennessee, or you're in
I wish.
Andy's
Kimberly?
in,
I knew for North Carolina.
Okay,
Andy's
North
in
Carolina.
North
England.
Carolina.
England.
Okay, Andy's across the pond.
Yeah, he's
But
in
I'll claim
England.
South Carolina
Yeah.
too. I'm getting ready to head to Myrtle Beach next week for the third
Oh,
time
there you
this
go.
year.
Yes,
It's
girl.
just 3 hours and 20 minutes down the road.
Myrtle Beach is awesome.
But I
So
don't
from
think you have
Greenville,
any.
Spartanburg, I think it's
I was gonna say you don't have
say
any
what?
storms to worry about though,
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
good.
Now you see right the reason why that Bill loves to joke
From
at his
Esther,
house.
Greenville, Spartanburg areas, what about a 4 hour drive?
Yep, about 4 hours.
So I also want to keep people in some parts of Kentucky have gotten flooded really bad. So pray for them. And the people with the fires in the west, pray for them.
We get
You know,
hurricanes there, but they're
Oh.
not often. But when they are, they're pretty bad.
yeah. And which one is that, Bobby?
Yeah. This is Bayou Vista.
That's where you live?
That's where I live.
Oh wow. That's the one that got hit by a couple of storms last time.
That would be actually like New Orleans and Homa.
Okay.
So my apartment would be right
Hmm.
here, and
Where's the ocean? And the ocean's right there then. Right off.
that would be actually be the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay.
So
That's
that
like
would be.
south.
This
That's
is what they
going.
call the Tri-City area, and that would be the Atchafalaya right here.
Oh wow.
The Atchafalaya runs all the way to the basin and into the Gulf.
And there is the okay. And so now are you lower than sea level or are you at sea level?
I would say
What's your
at
elevation? Your elevation is
uh,
what? Like 200,
I
100 feet above or
Hmm.
what all I can say is above.
okay.
Above.
Well, I know there's some that are lower than, and that's why when it gets surged with the storms, they always get flooded every time.
Yeah.
So I think you're far enough away,
Hmm.
actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just want to show you
All
my
right, cool. And you saw mine, cornfields around,
Yeah.
and
children of the core.
yeah. But I'm 2 counties in, where I'm at 2 counties in from the state line on either side. So, yeah, it takes me 2 hours to get to Iowa. If I have to go to the VA in Iowa,
Hmm.
which would be a whole different state, but it would take either 2 hours to get there or 3 hours, or actually 6 hours to drive to Minneapolis, which that would be crazy.
Is
So,
you did say that if you want to go to Walmart from your area, it'll be a 6 hour drive, right?
it's a 2.5 hour drive to
Oh,
get
two and a
there.
half.
2 hour, 2.5 hours, depending on how fast you're driving.
Okay.
Yeah, about 2.5 hours, I guess, if you're driving the
Wow.
speed limit.
Yeah. Two.
And
Yeah.
then
2.5 versus I could just walk because it's just right there.
I could walk too, but it would take me like 3 days to get there.
I can walk for this apartment to the Walmart in about maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to walk with all the kind of weird stuff we have out here with the different animals and everything. Who knows what's gonna get you? So, but
You did walk to that that memorial cemetery before one time.
oh yeah, that's close. So that's not that far away. So that's only quarter of a mile, if that. Just up the road, right up the highway here, Highway 52. Which you see it every time when I turn left there. It's right there. So it's just a matter of couple of steps there. But I was gonna look for a graveyard there, a grave that's there. One of the guys at the bank told me that there is one name there is called. The name is Freddy Krueger, and I was gonna want to look at that and see what name that is and who that is exactly, and why would he have that name of the famous horror flick, Freddy
That does
Krueger.
not seem coincidental. Don't.
That
But
would not be good.
when I was there, though, I was there during the daytime, just doing some research on my own, figuring out stuff, because I do research and weird stuff like that. Well, because I had weird stuff here in my house um, from day one, but I've learned how to deal with it and how to live with it, or not allow them to bother me that much. But in this case here, I was at the cemetery and I could feel a sensation of an energy, not necessarily negative, but I could feel the energy, and it wasn't. It was kind of like a weird, strange wind out of nowhere. Okay. Now I don't know why that wind occurred. It was not a windy day necessarily, but all of a sudden I felt an energy movement of some sort. I
Really?
think we all feel that. We all feel that at times. We don't understand it. I'm not saying it's good or bad or negative or anything
Mm-hmm.
that we need to be concerned about, but we need to be aware of it.
You
And
know,
when
I can be perfectly level and okay where in my frequency, but if I watch a scary show like um a demon ruined my life or something like that, I start getting, I don't know if it's paranoid or more sensitive,
yeah,
or I don't watch stuff like that when the sun goes down.
right, yeah, I
No.
agree. I was reading my friend's book here about. I always show his book because I did buy it. I did buy it,
That's serious, and I don't.
and uh, and I've been trying to read it at an earlier hour because when you read it at night, and then you kind of remember what you read, and then you're thinking, why did I read that like you with the scary movie? Why did I watch a scary movie late at night? And so
What was
um,
that book again?
this
Paranoidly? What?
no, this is a guy that's researching the speaking to the unknown, paranormal. What is it now? Paranormally
Okay.
speaking,
Hmm.
normally talking to the unknown. So what he does, I think he said he builds them,
Hmm.
but he knows people that do build them. And in our circle of friends, we have some people named Steve and Katie Holte. Okay, they do a little uh, uh, piece of equipment called the Holte box. Hultay. Holte. They're on Facebook. You can find them. But anyway, they do these boxes, and they shouldn't have any radio signal coming through them or anything like that. But yet there's some kind of unknown voice coming through them. Now,
That,
what they are exactly, who knows? But I do know something's happening. Um, Sometimes I don't know. I always believe, like you, Kimberly. I believe that when you're dead, you're dead. That's it. You're gone. You go to be wherever you got to be, and I don't think you float around Earth talking to people. But on the other hand, I have a lot of people saying yes, these things are happening. So I don't know quite how to answer that situation, except okay, they're happening. What do we do about it?
Well,
You
the
know,
church says your last breath here, your next breath is in heaven.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't want to argue about that. I don't want to get anybody get upset or anything like that. There may be believers or non-believers on both sides. You know, both sides of the coin here. But the point of the matter is, I think we got some of the things wrong in what we're reading, in everything that we're reading today. Not just the Bible. I'm talking about everything. You get Carl Sagan's book of the cosmos. And then we know what we know about the cosmos now, about the science and space, what we know now, compared to what Carl Sagan wrote, which he was a great guy, right? Great astronomer. But yet, he didn't have everything exactly correct. And now some of the things that he talked about, they're different. We come up with a different understanding of what we're talking about. So when you
Mhm.
look so when you're looking at the Bible, for instance, you have the King James, who, if you didn't
Mhm.
write down the right thing that he wanted you to write down, he would be breaking your fingers or cutting your hand off, even. And that's history. I don't know if you guys know that. But I mean, people died over things that were not
I'm on
written down
podcast.
correctly.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So people died over not writing down the right thing that the king wanted them
Hi.
to. I
Hi.
Hi.
Well, hello there.
They
Cute
want to come
little
say hi to
area you
you.
got
Sit,
there.
sit your head here and say hi. Come here. Come on. Let me see if she wants to say hi. She's
okay.
right here. There she is. Say hi.
Hiya.
This is
Hello.
Anna.
Hello.
Sleepy. It's bedtime.
Yeah.
2 Corinthians 5:8 is a verse I just looked up to tell you, but that's only for the believers. So those
Okay.
who aren't a Christian won't agree, I guess. It says to be absent with the body is to be present with the Lord.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 Corinthians 5:8. You can look it up.
That's true.
And
Yep.
and
Because I
Jesus,
guess the
Jesus
fear.
told the man on the cross,
You'll be with me in paradise. Yeah.
yep, you'll be
Sure.
there with me this day in paradise.
Yeah. Thank you for looking
Yes,
that up,
that's right.
Kimberly.
I've heard that many times in my life, like 25, 30 years probably. I mean, not
Yeah.
that many years, but I've heard the verse over and over and over, I should say.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I love Jesus,
Yeah.
and I love the whole Christian thing. Um, it is the peace that passes all understanding, but I do think they got some things wrong in the Old Testament. But Jesus taught love and acceptance, and um,
Mhm.
I believe in that.
And I do try to do that with everybody. I try to accept what everyone's belief is and faith is, and we might not always agree on everything. And there is some people I don't agree with, and some people have some very strange beliefs. But I'm not gonna shut them out for what
Yeah,
they're
my
believing.
BFF is
Very good.
Buddhist. He's Buddhist, and that's okay with me because that's his
Yeah.
path and not mine. And you know,
Mhm.
The stuff that we did prior to Jesus was supposed to be so that we can find a way to paradise. But when Jesus came and died on the cross, it just became the new normal. We don't
Hmm.
have to do the things in the Old Testament today. We really don't.
that's right. We're under
Which
a
I'm
new
glad.
covenant. We're
I
under a new
don't.
covenant.
I don't think that any
Mhm.
of us could survive on that. On
But
those
just because
times.
my BFF is Buddhist, I'm not going to hold it against him because that's
Mhm.
his path.
And believe it or
You,
not, believe it or not, I'll say this, you guys. When you are approached by, or when you confront somebody, or not necessarily confront, but when you're talking with somebody in public, and all of a sudden they say, "Oh well, I'm such and such," whatever it is they are. Just listen to them. Don't try to convert them. Don't try to talk to them. Don't try to convince them in any way. Just listen to what they're saying. And
that's
then
it.
if they say anything that's even positive, you know, then great, accept it. and go with that. And then if they give you an opportunity to share your thought, then you share your thoughts.
Yeah.
Don't like we had Bobby, no offense, we had Mormon missionaries coming to the house trying to tell me about the Mormon Bible and the Mormon thing. I had Jehovah's Witnesses come to the house try to explain to me how to you use what Bible and everything like that. They had it
Mm.
wrong. But anyway, the point of the matter is, I let them do their speech. I let them, share their whatever they had to share, and I didn't necessarily kick them out, except for the one guy when he tried to tell me I was going to hell because I didn't believe in JWs, and I said, "No, I'm not. You got to get out of here."
Well,
I I would be kicking that dude where it hurts.
I,
If you
I
didn't
kicked
believe
him
in
out.
what? If you didn't believe in what?
If I didn't believe in JWs, Jehovah's Witnesses, then I was going to go to
Mm.
hell.
but
Okay.
you know what? When you hear the truth and it has a certain ring to it and it
Yeah.
speaks to
And that
you,
was not the truth. That was not the truth. No.
but spirituality is so important.
Mm.
Even atheists
Yes,
believe in something.
Mm-hmm.
that's
They
right.
just
They may
hadn't
not want to
decided
admit it.
on what it is yet. But
Mm-hmm.
Jesus taught acceptance and love, and all his disciples and followers were like the prostitutes and the tax collectors and the liars and all these. He took all these misfits and used them for his
Mm-hmm.
better purpose for humanity.
And
Because
that's
what
true.
good would perfect people need with a savior? Perfect people wouldn't need a savior. And none of us are perfect.
That's a study you could do
Mm-hmm.
too, Esther, on your Thursday night shows. You could do a study on the original 12 apostles. Okay,
Yeah.
where were they
Mm-hmm.
chosen from?
Because Jesus, he was this all
Right.
new age thing, and these older Old Testament people were like,
Mhm.
he is a blasphemer and
Yeah.
he is not to do with God, and we need to kill him. He's spreading, all these magical things because they didn't accept him. They were not ready for him. And
Yeah.
just like now, people don't want to
Mhm.
accept some other metaphysical things because they're caught back. He was a
Yeah.
misfit, but
And some people are
he's
just
a savior of
confused.
the world. If all you got to do is want
Yes.
him, and he is a savior of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. The what they always say that he might
Mhm.
been have been rejected during his time on earth. But even as
Mm-hmm.
today, we can accept Jesus because he did it all so that we can be guaranteed a place in heaven.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he was the final sacrifice. So you know, if my BFF is Buddhist, that's his own thing. If that's what
Yeah.
he connects with, that's okay
Mm,
with me. I love him either way.
Yeah. So yeah, Ron, you remember Empire from Iran, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I still get messages and I still get phone calls, but I don't answer them.
Right.
But sometimes,
Yeah. He has a few things kind of upside down on that situation. He's very heavily
Mhm.
believing into the Quran. Not to mean that that's anything bad for
This is
anybody,
a
but
radio podcast.
I just don't. I just don't believe in
It's
the
not it.
Quran personally.
It's
yeah,
Um, and I don't. I don't necessarily argue with anyone on that situation. If they come preaching with that, again, you listen to what they say. He doesn't really say anything totally bad that I know of. He might have kind of a sideways view of who Jesus is, but uh,
We look
it,
at
yeah,
him now as a savior, but they hung him. They hated
yeah,
him and they hung him.
yeah,
He was not
yes.
accepted at all.
yeah.
They just weren't ready for
But there's
him.
just so many questions that we have even today, even when you're a religious student, student the faith and you're trying to learn the history of it, we're not told the facts. We are not told the facts.
Well,
Okay.
that's because a lot of it has to be spiritually developed over time,
Yeah.
little by little.
But like if we were what do they call a journalist? Like what Kriston Harris is. He's a rogue journalist. You know, he does all these sideline stories that the major news doesn't carry. You know, what do you call a journalist? I can't remember
An
what.
independent journalist.
Independent journalist. Okay, if we're an independent religious believer, okay, and we're trying to find out the truth about the history of the Christianity faith, we're not going to get it. It's
Mm.
not there. It's so watered down and destroyed by the people that are covering it up. The only way we're going to get it is like what Esther said, is by a spiritual belief. That's the
And
only
it
way
Yeah.
it
we're
takes
gonna.
signs and wonders in
Yeah.
time, and it's each person individually. It just
Now we might be 80 years old when we get it. Like, oh my gosh, I finally get it.
you just grow spiritually little by little.
Well, I have a question for you. What was your earliest childhood memory?
Me?
Everybody.
Oh.
Good question. Go ahead, Esther. You can go first.
Um
Something about church
this
or just in
no,
general?
this is going to
Just
sound crazy. I know how this is
about
going to
church.
sound.
Yeah.
I remember breathing water in and out and not strangling or dying. I think I remember being in the womb
Hmm.
because I breathed the water in and I breathed it out and I didn't die. You know, I couldn't see anything, but I could breathe in and out, but it was water.
Hmm.
That's my earliest memory.
Yeah, I can remember a lot of days, bef- like whenever I pretty much popped.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Mhm.
I don't remember
Yeah,
that far back.
yeah. But they do to say, and LDS believes that God knew you before you was in the mother's womb.
Well, that's what the Bible says. Yeah,
Mhm.
the Bible does teach that. And
Well, he said, I knit you in your mother's womb.
I knew you before you were born.
Yeah. He counted
Okay.
the hairs on your head.
And then, Kimberly, what's your earliest memory of existence?
I know. I thought I could think of one way sooner than 4 years old, but I can't. Wait a minute, or
Yeah.
maybe no. All of mine were 4 years of age. I
Okay.
mean, being in like a 4-year-old class at a school where I actually went ages 4 to 12. It was a Christian school. My mom taught there. Um, one of those circled toys that goes around. You hold on to it. Okay, this is like
Yeah.
30 years ago. I remember sitting on the toy in the classroom in the pre-K room. Well, back then they call it pre. Well, now they call it pre-K. We called it, when I was growing up, like K4, K5, things like
Preschool
anyway.
is
So
probably
K4,
what
so
I
4 years.
remember.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
And
sitting
you
on like some
remember
little toy, and
breastfeeding.
it has a thing. Yeah. Say
You
what?
remember breastfeeding, Andy.
Yeah. I was gonna show that. That's
Oh
handy.
wow. Oh really?
he he did say he remembered potty
Unless the
training.
mom.
He developed an addiction to
Mm,
it, it seems like.
Oh, is that it? Yeah, I heard that. I heard them people in Europe, they like to feed them until they're like 5 years old or something like that. No, I don't know. I'm kidding. There's something to do though.
yeah, I was
But
gonna say because some moms may go to age 3 or 4 for the child.
yeah,
Oh my
that's
goodness.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember breastfeeding that long, but I remember doing some crazy stuff when I was younger. Maybe because of my head injuries when I was younger, I don't remember everything way back early then. But I had crashed a mini bike into the house going like 20, at least 20 miles an hour. You know, no helmet, of course, in them days.
Mm.
God.
And uh, we had one of those. If you remember those old mini bikes, they were made from CAT, cat mini bike, and
Mhm.
it had a 5 horsepower engine, and that thing was. We had a big backyard, so you can get going pretty quick. And I for some reason thought I was gonna go through the wooden fence that was beside the house, thinking that looked cool, right? And then
Oh yeah, go at the wooden fence and
yeah,
like you whiz at public.
yeah. Well, I
Like,
ended up I ended up missing the wooden fence and hit the house. Yeah,
Mm.
and I hit my forehead right on the side of the house, and I was knocked out
Oh
practically.
wow.
And
ooh,
a serious problem that I didn't even realize was happening at the moment.
did
But
anybody came and find out what happened?
huh?
Anybody came at your rescue?
No, they're all there watching me do that. They're all
Uh,
cheering me on. I think they were thinking I was going to go through the gate. I don't know what they were thinking, but anyway, my dad kept telling me to put on the brake, and I didn't hear that. I just said, I wonder what it'd feel like to, go through that gate or something. I can't remember exactly what happened with that, but anyway, I ended up hitting the house, and the front wheel hit the house, and I went flying over the handlebars, smack, and then I was knocked out almost. I guess I was knocked out. So that was my first head injury from an accident like that. Now I've hit my head. Like I used to roll down the stairs. You ever do that? Yeah. We had we had wooden stairs that we'd roll down and see who could survive. We all
yeah.
survived, but still, I wonder how many times I hit my head on the stairs. Yeah,
Mm.
it's something we did. You know, crazy stuff
You
like that.
know, in my earliest childhood, I hated biking. But
Yeah.
soon there was like that one fine day I decided I'm gonna really going to try it. And even as of today, I love
Mm.
riding bicycles.
Oh, there you go. Good. That's good. Just got to be careful. A lot of crazy people out there driving.
And that was like whenever I still was well, I think I was going to high school whenever I
Mm.
finally learned how to ride a bike.
Oh wow. Yeah, I remember my first bike was a what do you call it, a cruiser. I had the full frame, for a guy, for a boy frame.
Oh
Then
yeah.
you actually had boys and girls bikes. You didn't have this girl. You didn't have the step through bike. You didn't have, what I mean. They had the boys and girls bike, and this was a boys bike, definitely. It was red though. I don't know why it was red, but I didn't order it. My dad got it for me,
Yeah.
and it was like
I
a 3-speed thing. And you know what? And you might know what kind I'm talking about. So
now run.
yeah.
A good question is, if you have a choice between a mountain bike and a road cruiser, what would it be?
Mountain bike for sure.
Mm, I like
Yeah.
mountain bikes and I like road cruisers, but given a
Mm.
choice between them, I love the convenience. I love the speed of the mountain bike, but I love the convenience of the road cruiser.
Well, see, I like the mountain bike because it's versatile. You can change the tires on it. You don't have to worry about the knobby tires. But if you have knobby tires on it, you need to go off the road. You can go off into the trail
Mm.
someplace and get somewhere where with the road bike you can't do that. I had a Raleigh Supercourse 10 speed that we actually had to wait for the strike to end in England when they had the strike for the Raleigh Bicycle Company.
Mhm.
And I had to wait like 6 months for that bicycle for it to get here to when I was a kid, in high school there. And the bike was like $800 for the bike. The thing
Wow.
was so light you can pick it up with one finger. That's how light that frame was. And the thing is, the wheels, the tires on them carried like 110 pounds psi for the
of the
air, you know. And so when you pop those things, it was like a gun going off. And to get them again, it was not easy to find a new replacement tire because not everybody carried them. So it was like that's crazy to have a bike like that. They can't even get it replaced or repaired. And I just as soon have a regular old mountain bike, nothing fancy, just something that can be sturdy enough where it can handle a tumble or whatever, you know, and pick it up and keep going, you know. So that's why I have a mountain bike. Plus, you
I,
can do all kinds of stuff with that.
I think at my local Walmart,
Mm.
I could easily get one pre-assembled for about maybe 120.
Oh yeah.
Kimberly, I have a question for you.
Mm.
Have you ever heard of the Eastern
Okay.
Stars?
Yes. I'm not sure much about it though. The Eastern Star.
My
Okay.
ex mother-in-law said that everybody at her church were like Eastern Stars, and they started it up because it was for the wives of the Shriners and um the Shriners and the, I guess, the, you know.
Hmm.
So my grandma was an Eastern Star.
Mm.
And then when I was like 7, I found a little bitty pin and it said Eastern Stars. And I asked my mom, I said, what is this? And she said, I went to a meeting. I'm never going back again. Um,
Oh wow.
uh,
Mm.
I don't want anything to do with it. So apparently it follows family lines. You have to be kin, like you have to be, kin, like a relative. It can't go any farther down than a grandchild. So if somebody don't do it by the grandchild stage, the rest of the family can't be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to looking into it because I was like 7 when I asked her. And she was like, well, they renamed me Ruth, and, they pray to some distant star in the east to some god named Baal,
Eastern Star.
and I was like, all these religious women, these Christian women, were part of the Eastern Stars, but they're connected to the Shriners and the Illuminati and, the Masons, the Freemasons.
Hmm.
It was
I was just
started
wondering
for
if it
the
was for the nieces.
it was started for the women, the wives and the daughters of the men who were Freemasons and Shriners. And so I got in touch with my local Eastern Stars
Mm-hmm.
lady. I'm talking about like 3 years ago.
I
And
am.
on the internet, trying to research it is so vague, you can't find any kind of real description of what they do and what they believe. And
Oh yeah.
all I know is they pray to a god named Baal in the east.
Mm.
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 Do
So
you
you
know
want to know what
anything
I think
about that?
about it?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it, but the only
I think
now I
people were
respect everyone. Hmm.
I
I
think
respect
people were
everyone and what they
misled.
do. Mm.
I think they were misled into thinking,
I mean, I'm not saying it's a god, but one of the 10 Commandments says there, you shouldn't have any other gods before me, and God is a holy, righteous God, and He's
right.
a jealous
Hmm.
God. So if I get into like real deep theology here in reference to that, or any organizations that get to be, I'm going religious, where it takes away from God, then I'd be hesitant to say
Yeah.
a lot of things
I
Well,
on the
was.
air.
all of
Yeah.
these people, though, were thinking that it was a thing for the Christian God, and it
Hmm.
wasn't. And they
Mm.
didn't have the education to know better, because she told me, she was like, I went to one meeting, I figured out what they're doing, and I'm never going back.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was raised Southern Baptist before I joined the LDS faith. So Southern Baptist, it's not too bad, but it didn't interest me. What interested me is me always going every Sunday to church. I always have transportation to go to church.
I just think it's wrong that people were misled into thinking they were worshiping one God when they were being led to worship another.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
that's the fine line of confusion when it comes to today's world.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
there's a
didn't know
Bible
how
verse that
the
says
Because
God is
it
not the
did,
author of confusion.
yeah, yeah. It's actually when Jesus rose up
Mm,
3 days later after his crucifixion, and then many days later he ascended to heaven.
yeah,
It's when the church it was always taken over by apostles. There was no succession.
right.
So after the apostles died, that was it. We created the confusion, and we go to around like 1820s when Joseph Smith prayed at the sacred grove, and he got knowledge from Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ that there
mhm,
is confusion and someone has to be the fixer of confusion, and then Joseph later became that fixer of confusion. But even as today, there
mhm.
is still confusion.
I know
So,
the Mormon beliefs. My uncle was a Mormon. A lot of things I
mm,
don't agree with there, but I feel like everybody should be able to have their own beliefs and not be put down because of it. But I just wanted to get her take on what an Eastern Star was because it was,
Hmm.
um,
mhm.
part of the Baptist faith. A lot of women thought,
Mm,
when they were being misled because there was no
wow.
education about it then. It was hearsay, and
Mhm.
I don't want any part of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. So I just want to know what you thought about that.
So the video's cutting out on my end.
Yeah,
I
just a
mean, I
little bit.
just know a lot of things bring confusion to people.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
a lot of things bring confusion because, see, the enemy, the devil, he likes that. He likes to get a lot of things going and stirred up with
Well, he did it for
religions and
years. He
Bibles and.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People don't realize they can have their very own personal relationship with Jesus and not even have to deal with all the legalities of all the books of the Bible and the how the Corinthians lived and how the Hebrews lived and all those things. It's just a
Mhm.
relationship and you got a direct line.
Right.
So,
Yeah. I call it living free in Christ and living free without having to be a bunch of do's and don'ts. Like the home I grew up in, my parents are very strict. We didn't wear pants when I was growing up. I mean, me and my sister, I have a sister.
are you
Let me
Church of
clarify
God?
here. Noah's Baptist, and they still don't. A lot of the women, I mean, some of them may work in the church, but not really. A matter of fact,
Uh,
to take it a step further, the church I grew up in is in Wilson, North Carolina, it's still there, and that's about an hour from Raleigh. But they
yeah.
actually would say it's a sin for women to wear pants. It's one thing to say don't wear them, but anyway, so that's
Mm.
a real big thing about the Baptist when I was growing up and a teenager too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
some
the
foreign
saying
things like
that
no
no plain
makeup,
stuff is
no
sin. Right.
with the
Some stuff is
yeah.
personal choice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the different ones
Yeah.
seem so far from what we think is real because we didn't live it. Like Church of God women always wear
Mhm.
skirts. They never wear
Mm.
makeup. They always have buns in their hair. You know, I'm sure they look at us like, you know,
In the LDS faith, they accept science as a key for our standards. It would be us decide to accept or agree with something, disagree with something,
Mhm.
but we always love to take science as proof that
Mhm.
there is this assistance in the field that they're there, but it's like they say, you can be in the world, but you cannot be of the world.
right.
Right.
We've heard that. I've heard that too. Yep.
So
Mhm.
Okay, hold on a second.
Some
So
deep
when you talk
topics.
about a Christ
Yeah.
consciousness, that can live through anybody.
Okay,
Through the
here's something for you guys. Colossians two
Okay.
sixteen. Okay, well, I'll use the New International Version, which I can't stand that version, but we'll use it because it's the first one on the list. But anyway, therefore do not let anyone judge you by what you eat or drink. That would go on to what you wear and everything else. Okay, or with regard to religious festival, a new moon celebration, or a Sabbath day. So this whole mess about you can't wear pants, that makes no sense. That makes
yeah.
no sense at
Mhm.
all. That's all I was getting at.
Right.
Now, just out of my curiosity, have your churches ever tell you against smoking and drinking?
yeah.
Yeah, that'll be like us too. Where yeah,
Well, my uncle didn't let his kids have like even syrup on their pancakes because of sugar.
Huh.
Mormon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, well, you talked about the Mormons. They, unless something changed, they don't believe in drinking coffee, but they're okay with drinking hot chocolate. I used to work with two ladies in California. They were Mormons.
We
So
used to they usually let us will do green tea.
green tea.
Yeah.
And like Sprite, it has to be diet. It can't be sugar.
Hmm. And yet the way that
So
they make it
down to
diet.
all this, it's just there's so many like rules, well, rules that you can't do. And see, I'm free in Christ where I'm at in my walk. I would say I'm a dedicated Christian and very close with God, but I don't have time to get in arguments with people.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can, but I'd rather not because I did that for years and and debating. And that's the thing I'd love to say here on the air. I hope some other people tune into this or hear it later. A lot of Christians who really are saved and going to heaven, but the true believer, are spending way too much time on all these topics than stuff I've seen in Nashville and Atlanta, Georgia, which is recently, and people who are on drugs. And if I get real deep and heavy, I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. And I'm more concerned about people getting off drugs and getting help, mental health, and getting, let me say it like this, getting freedom in their life and deliverance so they can really walk in freedom and out of bondage. And to me, that's really more important than are we going to drink coffee? Should you wear pants? Why do you have tattoos? All the stuff they get in.
Yeah.
I
Helping
we
them
could be here 2 hours
helping
on this
them
topic.
yeah.
That's
Don't
why it
get
Helping
me
has to be
fired up.
personal. That's why it has to be
Yeah.
personal.
Now
yeah.
Not
here's
not a
a
long list of rules. A
yeah,
personal.
yeah.
Excuse me.
So
Mm.
I have a question for you. When you wake up the morning, the first thing you love to read, either like from a newspaper source or on social media, is the police blotter, the arrest reports.
Is the what?
I don't know. I don't. But some people might find that entertaining, though, depending on if they know somebody getting arrested.
Yeah, yeah. Police blotters are pretty darn entertaining. you find out who got arrested, and it's like almost every day during the reporting periods, you always get
Mm-hmm.
seem to have someone get arrested for drugs.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's because they're either not
I got a
following
question.
through. Go ahead.
Do y'all believe the suicide rate is pretty high right now and going up and going up?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
because of the pandemic too.
oh yeah.
And I mean, I go to serious topics because I know, believe it or not, I've known four, and they all go to church. Four people in the past 2 years have told me they had been suicidal. And one of
Oh
them,
no.
well, he's not a pastor now.
Yeah.
He's not even where he should be in his life. But I was talking about his
I
wife,
had
who was
a
friends with.
I had a
So
speaking of suicide,
very.
I did have a classmate that graduated with me at 2000
Mhm.
on in 2007 that committed suicide, and it was
Mm.
dreadfully painful because like in my class's history, it his suicide would mark the third death of all my
Mm.
classes. I had one die posthumously with leukemia, and another one with complications of spinal bifida.
Hmm.
Mm.
So there's actually three that died in my class.
Wow.
Depression is a real thing. Even if you even if you are spiritual, that don't mean you don't have chemical imbalances. You could be best
Exactly.
friends with Jesus and God, but if you have a chemical
Right.
imbalance, that's not going to change that. He could if he wanted to, but most of the time it's not. It's a physical
Right.
ailment, it's not a thought or a belief.
And you know what, Nelson? This is a great time to have such of these discussions because even now, as of today, there's really not that much open mic community night kind of thing. But this is pretty darn great right here.
I think it's good that people just follow their own paths. They can feel what's right and what's wrong and follow their own paths and try to love each other through whatever they have to go through.
Yeah,
Because
I
I guess I
think
was getting it.
I think what we
There's
should
a lot of
have done.
negativity.
Yeah, sorry, Kimberly.
Mhm.
I think
Go
what we
ahead. I'll
should
finish.
have. I think what we should have done when the pandemic hit is have a open community night, like an open Zoom, open StreamYard, open whatever, and you just vent on what you've been doing and stuff. And there's one that I go to after we have our talks and discussions. We go ahead and play video games.
Yeah.
Maybe Kimberly has a song she wants to share.
That's a
Okay.
good idea. But I was just going to say real quick before I talk about the song, is that there's a lot of negativity in the world going on, and there's also a lot of negativity that's been in churches. So, some pastors can get mad at me. I don't care because I've had it happen to me. So me and my kids had. I won't share it all tonight. It'll be another whole other session. I promise. Trauma, downright trauma. Okay, I mean, there's one thing to go through hard times, and then there's downright trauma, and then to walk out of that or get through it. And when you're trying to get through it and you're being judged and all kinds of things are going on, I know this sounds negative, but it's just the truth. I'm not the kind
Oh
to
yeah.
sugarcoat stuff. And
Oh
so,
yeah.
therefore, I guess I brought up suicide stuff because some people, I mean, I know this is extreme, but it's true. They're like, well, I can't be accepted at home, at work, in the marriage or family. And now it's church. So why even live anymore? So it's very concerning when four people, well, one lady came out of being physically abused, and there's all different reasons. I'm not going to get into everybody's stories, but I do plan on starting a ministry to help women. I had someone fuss at me. Well, why not the men too? I said, well, it can be, but and I actually want to
Yeah.
do an actual
Yeah.
foundation for it, maybe by
Yeah,
next
speaking
year.
of
Next,
ministering, I got invited because one of the missionary protocols that they actually put, that Salt
I'll
Lake
grab my
put
charger
on
off of
them.
my laptop. Okay,
Yeah. So like one of the missionary
go ahead. I got
protocols
to my
is,
charger.
yeah, so one of the missionary protocols they have is that unless
Hmm.
there is a male person, they can't just enter in. So I got invited to be like a just a personal husband for them. And the thought came to my mind, and I told them to call me whenever they're ready, and I'll just go, and it never came to pass.
And sometimes people make other people feel guilty. It's like, okay, well, you can't find a job, you know, so and so, my mother in law can't stand you, or, you're such a burden, and, and so people are like, I'm just worthless. I'm just a worthless burden on people. And I'm about to fix it all for them because then they won't have it to worry about anymore.
If I
That's a
do
good
have,
point.
yeah, go ahead, Kimberly.
You feel
Oh,
like
I'm
you're
sorry. I was gonna. Yeah.
sparing people you
Mhm.
love from watching you go through your own
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, like
Because some
I
people
can,
just want to be understood. They don't care all the time about being accepted, because not
hmm
everyone is accept them like, hey, they're bipolar. I mean, we should be accepting, but
hmm
what I'm saying is, I want to also start a group for mental health awareness maybe in the next year or two. I think I have all these goals and ambitions. I need to make a lot of money, y'all.
yeah,
I can say
yeah,
something about the song real quick, and I'll let Bobby finish because I'm probably gonna jump off here. I'm probably gonna get off here in 5 or 6, 7 minutes, y'all.
okay,
But I just think a lot of people want to be. I think they want to be understood for the problems they're going through without being judged. Does that make sense? Like, you don't
yes,
have to be like understanding everything they're going through. Like me, I was a single mom and still am, and all kinds of. I hate to say it like this on the air. All kind of hells happen. There's no other nice way to say it. And so everyone doesn't have to like me or my kids or what happened, but if they could just try to understand better. And I'm talking the churches too, but it could be women or married people or whoever. I'm
Hmm.
going to say it very carefully and very nicely, but me and my kids have been judged a lot from a lot of people. And I'm like, and they're young children. She's still 6 and my son just turned 9. So it's like, that's not the age to be, kind of. Let me give you an example. My son now has autism level 1. I found that out 2 weeks ago. I cried the day I found out, but I kind of did know for 2 or 3 years something. Anyway, we'll get another topic another day. I'm just saying that I don't need everyone to like, oh, let me go give you a hug. I'm so sorry. But it's like the few people I have shared, it's like they're kind of like, okay. It's like, why can't they give me a hug? This is something kind of hard, and
it is.
then you got a whole
It
other thing like behavior issues or something going on.
it sure is a big burden for
It's a lot.
sure.
Mhm.
And so that's why I brought it back to the suicide people, because not all of them, from the ones I've met personally and people I've met in Nashville, I'm not saying, hey, they're like, hey, I'm suicidal. Y'all do know that some musicians that can
Yeah.
happen to them, I'm sure.
And
People don't like
Kimberly,
to talk about stuff. I don't,
Just out of my curiosity,
uh-huh.
are you like on YouTube or something with your music or no?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's I'm going to say an official artist channel. It's Kimberly Ward. I plan on
Okay.
doing a YouTube channel with my children. I was like, if this is the kind of stuff my kids do, I should be making money off them on a separate channel. But yeah, I
Yeah.
have a music
Yeah. Do you
channel.
do you
Hmm.
have a link that you could put in the chat so like we can go and sub and bail you?
You can put the
The
whole
chat
whole
on
web
here
link
or through the.
on the YouTube, yeah, on the message thing there. You can put the HTTPS, the regular website.
Oh, where it says private chat. Okay, I see it. Read
Yeah,
it real quick. Yeah.
yeah, and then you can put your whole
Give me
link
a
right there
second.
if you want. Since you're in the panel, you can do that.
I've got 8 songs. Here we go. Can y'all hear me still? I went to the other screen.
Yeah, it's cutting out a little bit,
You
but
know,
that's
a lot
okay.
of a
I have
lot of
8
people
songs.
worry about people that commit suicide because they think they'll go to hell. But I don't believe they do. I believe they're covered under grace, just like
Right.
children are.
Yeah.
Yep,
Here we go.
that's a funny meme there. I don't know who that
I
is,
don't
but
either. I do. Let me see. There we go. Let's see if it comes up.
here's a meme that can make you laugh. Go ahead, Kimberly.
I'm going to talk about the song real quick. Anyway, so it's called Letting Go, and it's on. Turn it sideways. Hold on. Oh, there we go. There. I'm trying to do this. There we go. I went through a lot with this song trying to get it done. It was started in New Bern, North Carolina, where I live, and that's where it was composed in the studio with piano, melody, all that good stuff. Back in I'd say 2017, 2018, those years. But this version right here was done in a studio in Lebanon, Tennessee last year. So there's actually 2. I like both versions. I think I like this one a little bit better. This is more of a guitar one, and I'm singing, and Levi Kobe is singing background vocal. I was just going to make it real quick and short and sweet. So this is a song I went through a lot of stuff to go through to get this done, but it's probably one of my favorite for me because of I know what I went through when I wrote this. I know what I was thinking. So it's talking about letting go of things in your past, letting go of the chorus is talking about I don't really want to sing it for y'all. Letting go of my pain. Anyway, it's talking about letting go of pain, letting go of things in your past life. And yep, I mean, since we're talking about suicide, I think it would help somebody with that too. But it could be trauma, it could be hard times, it could be, hey, I lost my house, a fire, or whatever's happened.
You never know what's
It
going to
could be,
touch somebody.
no,
Yeah,
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
might help somebody.
Yep, I
And
got
a lot of
some.
people, I know for me, 'cause go ahead. Yes,
Go
Ronald.
ahead. I was just gonna say I got some free music from some guys that I was chatting with online. They're kind of a blues band, uh,
Okay.
blues and rock band, I guess. But they're I don't know about the name too much, but anyway, the name is Elm Trees, and it's a band. The 2 brothers, I believe they're brothers. And here's a picture of them,
Hmm.
I think. And I requested a free CD, and I got a free CD, and I got a free sample CD. I don't have a CD player though, so I can't really play them yet,
Well,
but I will.
let's listen to Kimberly's because she says she
Yeah.
only had 6 or 7 minutes.
Saturday, the Saturday before Christmas. So I told these ladies. Sorry, my channel was playing. I'm like, what am I doing?
I put your link in the main chat too, so people can click on it and go there and follow you.
Can y'all still hear me? It's like it went out some.
Yep, I can hear you.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna play?
Okay. You can
Okay.
either
And the other
play.
song I was gonna talk about is called "Just Want to Be Free."
Oh, now are you trying to play your music over the show?
Uh,
Okay, what you got to do is you have to
no.
share your audio. So if you I don't think you want to sing
Hmm.
with the
how to do
Right.
that.
Just want to be
Yeah.
free.
I'm working on getting a PA system and microphone.
Okay, on this one here though, all you have to
No, I was
do
just writing
is
down the.
on the bottom, if you want to share the audio, you go to that share screen where you see on the bottom of the studio, you got
Okay,
where
I
it says
see.
share screen, and then you got to share the audio when you do the share screen, and then you can actually go to your page, whether it be the Spotify page or wherever it is that you're playing. Yeah, Amazon Music, whatever. I've seen you on Amazon too, so I
Share
seen
screen.
you on a couple of places. But you can go to that one. Yeah, you hit on the share screen, but you want to make sure you hit share audio as well. Okay, because then that shares your system audio
Oh,
through the system here. If that makes any sense. And there's a little check box on the lower left hand corner that says
well, I
share
know.
audio.
Okay.
When you go to share screen, you'll see a little check box on the lower
Well,
left
I
hand
see where it
corner.
says share screen.
And then you'll see a little check box that says share audio on the bottom. On the bottom, lower left hand corner. It'll say
Ron,
share.
she may not be signed in through an admin account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, then I could do it. I could do it.
I'm going.
Want me to
Okay.
try to share it? I can try to share it if you want.
Yeah, I don't think it would.
Okay, let me try to share it. Let me see if I can do it.
Yeah, I clicked on it and I don't know what to do,
Okay.
so I'm back.
All right,
If
share
you want
screen.
to,
Let
the
me go
just
ahead
want to
and
be free one is about people. There you go. Okay.
okay.
I
Um,
and
there you
also,
go.
Ron, I just want to let you know you're not on Mixler.
Oh, I didn't do. No, I didn't do that. Um, I let I let Kimberly go on. Okay, share stream audio. There you go. Or system audio. Okay, share. So share. Okay, now I might hear an echo on what I'm doing. Oh, now that should be sharing. Why isn't it sharing now? Oh, I gotta hit that. There we go. Now I gotta hit share. So I'm new to that as well. Okay, there we go. Now you'll hear me like double. Okay, got it. Okay. Now you'll see that weird. Okay, so now what we wanted to do was go to your website though, right? So let me see here. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this without losing the show here. Okay, start. Oh no, stop sharing. I'm here. I don't want to stop sharing. Okay, so now I gotta
Just
go here. Hold on, people. Hold on. I'm trying to get this done for Kimberly. Okay, I'm gonna go to is it Spotify or Amazon?
Stream.
Kimberly, Spotify or Amazon?
What?
I
Either
think I saw
one.
you.
They're on both. I mean, they're on all of them.
I saw you on Amazon, I believe. So I'll go there, and we'll see if we can't get this working here.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Okay. Well. Okay. Now there's. I don't know. I don't see the one that I can play though. Why don't I see the one I can play?
So I know this is funny, but if you just put Kimberly Ward in another song or a comma in every moment. By the way, I got to tell y'all before I get off here that every moment's getting real popular. So getting excited. A promoter sent it
Okay.
to like 300 stations in July. I said, "You sent it to what?" I was like, "Well, or let me be free." Is that what you're going to type in? Or it's
Yeah.
just want to
There
be
you go.
free? You almost had it.
yeah, I think you should type in
That's
Kimberly Ward.
Okay. I tried that
okay.
though. Okay. Hold on.
It's talking about being free from anxiety.
Do
Okay.
Kimberly Ward let me be free? You should have done let me be free after.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
just want to be free.
There we go.
There we go. There it is. Okay,
Now we're
now.
ready.
Okay, now let's check it out. Okay, ready?
Hey. Okay.
Just wanna be free.
There you go. You heard it.
What lies within me. Just wanna be free
Remember,
from
you heard
all
the double.
choices I made. Just wanna be free from my guilt and my pain. Oh, I just wanna be free. Such anxiety. Hear it all the time. Freedom! We want our wrongs to be made right. Freedom! We want our life back and on the right track. And that freedom, talking of that freedom, just wanna be free from these that live for peace. Just wanna be free from familiar faces. Just wanna be free from this place, from disgrace. Oh, I just wanna be free. It seems insanity. Hear it all the time. Freedom! We want our wrongs to be made right. Freedom! We want our life back and on the right track. And that freedom, talking to that freedom. Just wanna be free from what lies within me. And that's freedom.
All right, that worked. I hope.
Yay.
I wanted to stop that. Hold on.
Thank
Hold on. Hold on.
Just stop the sharing. Stop the sharing or kill the tab.
There we go. Okay. Didn't want to play that other one. That was a mistake there. But anyway, there we go.
That's another one of the songs that I was going to mention.
Okay.
Trying to help people with depression and anxiety because I've had it before.
That
I mean,
was nice.
panic
Was it
attacks.
supposed to have an echo
Yeah.
to it?
No, probably not. That was probably due to
I
my.
don't know what happened.
Okay, that's
Sure,
what I
yeah.
figured.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was played with permission. Of course, the artist is here, so she said I could play it. For anyone asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I keep getting those copyright issues on
You don't
when I
have
do my
any-
live drive.
Yeah. And I tell them that I'm sorry, but if you want to claim road ambience,
It's funny.
Yeah.
the truckers are going to have to stop streaming as well.
Yeah.
You can't just do that. Now, now I do follow a YouTuber, and he did like a video of a number station, and they want to claim copyright, and then he disputed it and said, no, 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 no. You cannot claim the Wittgenstein Poacher, which is the number station back in Britain. And they were able to, and they backed off. Because usually,
Wow.
I think Wake and Shine Poetry, if you look it up, I think that was a British number station.
Hmm.
And even as today, we still got number stations all over throughout shortwave.
Yeah.
But they're usually were done by communist stations. They're
Mm.
like Russia, Cuba. So so yeah,
Yeah.
if you're,
Uh,
I know like not all of you is going to be interested, but yeah, they're still out there.
shortwave is interesting. I remember when I used to use CB. That was our cell phone back in the day in North Carolina was a CB radio, and I had one in my truck in my little Nissan pickup I had, and my antenna was probably bigger than my truck was. But anyway, I had a pretty good little radio. I had a friend that uh, configured the radio. He configured the
That's funny.
radio in such a way that it was powerful. It was way powerful than what it was supposed to be technically. So either one of us could have been in trouble on that one. But you know, that was a long time ago, so I don't think they're going to come after us now. But in any case, I would sit there and talk to people in Holland with my CB radio in my truck, and that was amazing. They call it skip, skip. You know, like in certain times of the day or night, you can skip
Yeah,
across the
yeah, that's what they call e-skip.
yeah, and you can pick up strange stuff from all around. You know, in Holland, I was talking to some guy in Holland and all that stuff, and I was telling him where I was at in North Carolina. I was like, "How are you in the United States talking to?" Well, that's the way it works.
Yeah. Now,
And
did you know that e-skip can also affect FM radio stations?
yeah, yeah. I had a friend of mine that was using well, not really a friend of mine, but he was in the town where I delivered pizzas a lot, and he was causing a lot of trouble with this ham radio station. It was really powerful, and he was sitting there drowning everybody out with this powerful ham radio station. So it turns out that my little CB radio that was, you know, fixed up differently, it had more power than the guy's ham radio station. So I went over to the guy's house, sat in front of his house, and I keyed up while he was trying to talk. He didn't like that. But you know what? He stopped doing it. He ended up stopped doing it. He didn't bother anybody again with his uh, ability to destroy their airwaves. You know, because I was
Yeah.
gonna come on over there, just sit there on the microphone, and just what are they gonna do? You know, they could do
You
nothing.
know, even with today's equipment, you can go ahead and record what happened and
Yeah,
always send it to the FCC and have the FCC take a look at it.
yeah, yeah. I don't even think that guy's alive anymore. He was old then, so I don't know.
Well, guys, I think I'm gonna go.
Oh no,
I know. I was
say it
just
ain't
about to
so.
say I'm gonna head off if y'all want to talk
Yeah.
Well,
more. Um,
well, thanks for sharing the
as a
song with
gals,
us.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you
I'm
for
gonna
the
head off.
music. It was
yes.
Mm.
nice.
Thank
And
you,
I,
Esther. Thank you, Kimberly. And Esther, I want to say once again,
Yes.
thank you for the birthday song.
Happy birthday, Bobby.
Yes,
yeah,
And
and
it was
and
nice
uh,
to see
Happy
you.
birthday.
and
yes,
by the way, this show tonight is brought to you by Esther. She set it up, and the last night's show, she started that up on all on her own, almost on her own. Tonight she did better on her own. She almost did it all by herself.
yeah.
So there you have it. So she's getting trained in pretty well, and
Esther.
she's gonna be running. She's gonna be running the place here pretty soon.
Yeah, I don't know
So.
about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Should be
thought I
the
was
radio
filling in
DJ
for
taking over.
a few
Oh,
Yeah.
shows, just filling in or
Oh
something. But
yeah, filling in for a few shows. We're gonna like everyone says. Oh, we'll give this a couple of tries, a couple of times, and then like Amanda, oh, we'll try that for a couple of times, and she's been doing the music was the theme show for 6 years, going on 6 years now.
is that MWAT?
Yeah, that's MWAT. That's what I was telling you
Okay.
about.
Yeah.
Music was the
Join
theme.
me on here, and
She
thanks for
created that
playing the
one.
song. I'm gonna go ahead and sign out.
All right.
Bye, Kimberly.
Bye bye.
All
Okay,
right.
Thank you
love
for
y'all. Good
Take
thanks for
care,
night.
joining.
Kimberly.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.
night. Okay, bye.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so music was the theme she
Okay.
created, and then she kept going on it. She had other shows that she created. Like she did she used to do Sunday Night Funnies where she had every comedian did that for a year. Every
Mhm.
Sunday night she'd have a funny comedian, someone that we might not know, you know.
Yeah.
Then she had an album of the week thing she did on Tuesday night, and she did that for a year. So she had two other shows she did for over a year. You know,
Wow.
plus the Friday night show that she does every week. You know,
That's
and
dedication right
yeah,
there.
the Friday night show she just kind of took off and she made it her own. And she said she enjoys doing this particular show on Music with a Theme because, well, she gets to see and learn about so much music that she normally wouldn't see.
Yeah.
You know, she wouldn't have been searching it for it. She wouldn't have been even finding it for any reason. You know, and then here she is. She's playing it, so she's getting introduced to it. You know, so that's pretty cool. You know, that's a good way for that show to help people. You know, get
Oh,
introduced to music and you know some people on the show. You know, if you come and hang out with us, you get to learn a lot of fun things. You
Oh,
seen that
yeah.
message Oopie put on your name?
on my name?
Yeah, on your name. She posted it on the page, talking about the R and the
Oh
O and
yeah. Yeah, the chemical makeup. I saw her. I
chemical
saw
makeup of your
her.
name. Yeah, so I'm not sure if that's all
She's one of
true.
my she's one of my favorite people.
But,
Yeah, Ubi's the best.
oh yeah. So, well, thank you, Esther, for setting this up, and so we didn't go into everything we wanted to tonight, but that's all right. We went a different direction, and that's okay
Well,
too.
y'all got a little bit of time if y'all want to do some other stuff.
Oh yeah, well, I could.
But
You
I'm
wanna?
not going to. But you
Oh, okay.
can.
Oh, you're gonna go? Okay, got you. I got you.
Yeah.
So
All right then. All right. Well then, we'll let you go. Get on out of here. And I guess you had a early day, so
well,
Yeah.
you know, I woke up at like 8 and then I ate lunch and stuff at 11 and then I went back to sleep till 5.
oh boy.
I was so tired from being up last night.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't wind down, you know, at
All right.
bedtime.
Well, that's what that
So
music's for, though. That's why
yeah,
you gotta listen to that music that Bob puts on, and
yeah,
it's always something you can sit and relax and even meditate to. Or, you know,
that's
if you just
true.
sit there and just listen to it, let it. You know, you just go to sleep with it on, and if you don't mind having your computer on when you go to sleep, then it'll just be sitting there when you get up. You know,
Yeah,
uh, it'll be fine. And but the music is just fine to let it play, and it plays for a couple hours, and you're asleep before it gets done. If you're using it for that reason,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you can just relax and go to sleep and enjoy the evening, and you know, really peaceful. You know, really
mhm,
relaxing.
yeah, yeah.
So
Well, it
think,
was good to see y'all.
yeah, think
Good to
about
hang
that
out a
one.
little while. Guess
Yeah,
we just pulled cars last night, so
yeah. We
I
don't
don't think
need
it's
to.
been time to have nothing new yet. So
And then Amanda isn't here, so we're not gonna do hers because she's not
no,
here. So
no.
I was wanting to do Amanda's reading. I had it all figured out too. I got it figured out.
She'll come back when
Mm.
she's ready.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
Oh, yeah. I completely forgot about Amanda.
yeah, no, that's okay. She might have went to sleep too. She said she was asleep for 24 hours. See, she has that kind of sleeping schedule where
I
is up
do
for
that. I do
she was
that.
up for like 3 or 4 days, and then she goes to
Yes,
sleep for
that is
the whole
exactly
day.
how I
Yeah.
do.
So, but yeah, and that's okay. That's what people got to do. They got to do it. And
Yep.
I got it worked out where I sleep 4 hours a day. That's all I do. I just sleep 4 hours a day, and then that's good enough.
Well, I see you guys later. Y'all
Yep.
have a good
Yeah.
weekend.
All right. Thank you. You too.
See
Yeah.
you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah. Take care, Esther.
You too.
Yeah. Thank you, Bobby, for joining us tonight. That was a good time having you on here, and happy birthday again to you.
Yeah.
And everybody told Bobby happy birthday. Wish him happy birthday. Maybe Tracy will sing you happy birthday again. Remember she did that one time?
I actually sing Tracy the happy birthday song, but I think she never did it to me.
Didn't she sing it for you? I thought she did for you.
No.
Oh, okay. You sang it for her. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. That's right. All right. Well, maybe she can sing yours this time.
Yeah. Ah,
I don't know.
uh,
Anyway, we almost went 2 hours. We did pretty good though.
yeah,
So,
we did pretty darn good.
all right.
Yeah.
We're gonna change the name on this backdrop here, and she has to change it to astrology like she has on the page,
Yeah.
and she has to make it smaller width. It has to fit inside the window.
Yeah. I think
Uh,
astrology would fit better than astronomics.
yeah, yeah. Well, it looks better, I think, and well, they both look all right. The reason why I put astronomics was that she's into the statistics of the UFO stuff, So that's why I thought of the numbers, nomics, numbers, That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyway, that's why I put that way. That's why I thought of that name. But then everyone said no, astrology sounds better. So that won.
Well, they got it. They got it.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Uh,
if got more than 3 people saying that name rather than my name, then we got to go with what they're saying. So,
hey, that's how it is.
all right. Well, thank you everyone for being here, Andy, and of course you, Bobby, and nobody else was here, just you guys. All
Yeah.
right. So kind of a
Yeah.
slow
Yeah.
night tonight.
Yeah. See you later, Ron.
Yep. Thank you. All right. Bye. All right. Well, thank you everyone. Thank you, Andy, again for being here, and Bobby, of course, thanks for joining the show. And that was good. At least we were able to figure out how to share the screen. Yeah. All right. Good deal. We'll see everybody on our next one then. See you in the morning for Earth Radio's Saturday morning show. All right. We'll see everybody then, and have a great rest of your night, and have a great weekend. All right. Bye bye.